I've never actually done this.
Hey, welcome to Jackets for Jesus. This is 5 minutes set apart from the heart. And hey, I forgot to ask your name.
My name is Adam.
This is Adam. Wow,
from
Adam,
New
the
York.
first man. He's going to answer the 3 questions tonight. Take 5 minutes, just let you know what's going on. So listen in to Adam as he shares from his heart what's going on. So Adam, first question is, how did it happen? How did you end up getting here on the streets of Los Angeles?
I started traveling. I was born and raised in New York City. I went to Boston and to San Antonio. I had 2 friends. The name is Jalen from Chicago and Nico from Minnesota. And me, Adam. We were thinking about going to LA. So my ex at the time was being a writer. She had her master's. She went to Houston, and I decided, because of the heat was driving me nuts, I went to LA. They were supposed to go with me, and they ended up not going with me. And I found out that LA didn't have shelters, so I was sleeping in the streets because everybody was doing it.
How long ago was that?
That was August 2015. So I got 3 years in and out being homeless, mostly homeless because the city has the cost of living sucks.
Like you sleep on the streets?
I sleep in the streets, yeah. Sleeping first and
so before you came here, were you sleeping on the streets?
No, I actually wasn't.
Who were you living with?
My ex-girlfriend, Stephanie Amanza in San Antonio.
So you were living with your girlfriend, and then before you lived with your girlfriend, did you live with your mom and dad?
No, I actually had my own apartment in Boston.
So then once you
I got out of homeless in Boston within 3 months because of me working as snow removal. Plus, I was working at CEX as a cashier / inventory. So I had 2 jobs, and the snow removing alone was like $4 grand. So they didn't have to be homeless there. I was homeless here permanently, mostly in the West Coast.
So it's been 3 years of homelessness.
Yeah, 3 years. 2 years in LA. 5 months in San Francisco, 7 months in Seattle. I've been homeless in the West Coast for a long time.
Where do you sleep?
Here?
Yeah.
I sleep in First and Main.
Do you have a tent, or do
no?
You
I sleep in a sleeping bag, and I have my plastic bag here.
So you just
which
have
is
your
a pillow and.
You just carry that with you all the time?
At this moment, yeah. This city discriminates mostly on that. I have to hide it. So sometimes I try to find bushes and throw it there, like, and check it periodically every other hour to see if it's there, because a lot of homeless or other homeless will pick it up.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
So what's the hardest part about being homeless?
Jobs. They really discriminate on people because of your issues. So you have to lie and change the addresses. And at this point, I don't have the energy no more to look for a job. I actually haven't worked in a year in LA, and last time I worked was April in Miami. Mm-hmm. And my boss, he actually took 19 hours of training hours, which was an equivalent of $190 because they pay $10 there. And the minimum is $830, and he took $50 of tips. So right now I have a lawsuit on him, so I can't go on GR because of the lawsuit that I have currently with my former boss.
You're actually suing your former boss?
Yes, because of that. And I sent Florida labor law on him right now at this point. So
the hardest part is just finding work?
Yeah, finding work is the hardest
part. Isn't laying down on the sidewalk at night?
No. But I'm going to say...
Do you get used to laying down on the sidewalk? I'm just curious.
No, because you get arthritis out of it, which I have gotten lately.
You've gotten arthritis out of it?
Yeah, my legs they get
stiff. So do you sleep in day or night?
Night, because of the grievance. They have from 9 to 6. But I got unlucky in certain spots where I'm waking up at 8 in the morning. But the worst part is too many riffraffs around 2, 3 in the morning harassing you or trying to steal from you. And I have had
so that. So they just come up and start taking your stuff while you're asleep?
No, there was one time one tried to, and I pushed my back. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? What if I was to take your stuff? You wouldn't even talk. You would just retaliate by either physically hitting me or using a weapon. And I see people here shooting before. There was one time I got his ass whooped. The next day, he came with a gun and shot him. So some people here are that crazy.
So most everyone has a weapon, don't they?
About 35% of the people on tents, if they go to the tent upset, they're going to bring a gun.
Yeah.
If they don't, they're going to reach their pocket and see whatever knife or
so
other.
It's going to have some kind of weapon, a knife or something, or pipe or a board or something.
But I usually don't have that because I don't want the cops to stop me.
You don't carry anything?
No, I don't carry anything because of being of color. And cops do discriminate on people of color more than they do on any other ethnic background.
You think so?
I experienced it from LA. Yeah, LAPD seems to have issue.
More than in Boston or Houston or Miami?
No, in San Antonio. More than San Antonio. Miami is I'm Dominican, so speak to them in Spanish, and that actually changes the whole thing.
¿You habla español?
Claro que hablo español.
Ah,
es que yo no lo hablo.
perfecto.
Es que yo no lo hablo porque todo el mundo piensa que yo soy moreno.
Ah.
Yeah.
Very good. Mi español es muy malo.
Oh, tú naciste aquí. ¿Qué se puede hacer? Nada.
Un palabra por día.
Un palabra por día? Okay.
So, how has it changed you being on the street?
When I went back to Boston briefly, I think December, my friend said LA changed me. My personality, I'm more aggressive. My personality, like I used to smile more. I'm more upset and like frustrated and irritated more than usual. I wasn't like that when I was in Boston before. My friend said, like, you know, you let the city change you and swallow you alive. That's the description that they gave me.
Yeah. When you're on the streets, do you feel invisible? Like people don't even pay attention to you? People driving by?
I'm going to say 80% of them, they actually make fun of me or taunt me. Like yesterday, some Mexican was saying, oh, there's a bed there, sleep there, in English. I mean, Spanish. And then I said to him, like, cabrón, yo sé cómo hablar español. Si tú vas a hablar mierda, habla con otra persona que no sabe hablar español. Because they assume, oh, he's Moreno, he's black, no, whatever. So they like making fun of people, throwing stuff, or if not, like you know, use it, like basically acting like bullies. It's like being in high school all over again. Like, I don't care what you think of me. You're not paying my bill, you're not letting me stay in your house, so what should I care? And I feel like people are very critical and analyze people without even knowing them, you know, judging you, and you don't know the person's situation, and not everyone is a statistic, you know, for you to put finger on, I guess.
You know, in these interviews, that seems to be kind of one of the recurring themes, is that people, you know, hey, we want to be treated like people. Yeah. We want to be treated like individuals, just like everybody else, right?
Exactly, because every human has a different story. Not every human relates the same, and not everyone acts the same. Everyone has their own, you know, different personality that makes them them. You know, makes me me.
So my friends who are watching this right now, they're at home, they're comfortable, they're sitting at a computer, they're on an iPad, they've got the air conditioning on, they're in nice houses. What would you want them to know about your life in poverty?
That, you know,
I mean, you're Dominican. Are you actually Dominican? Are you a U.S. citizen? Or
I was born in the United States, but my father's Dominican and my mother is Dominican by default. Both her parents are Dominican, but she was born in Colombia, in Cartagena. My father was born in San Cristóbal. I was raised with Dominican values because for the first 8 years of my life, I didn't actually speak no English. And when I started to learn English, people were telling me, go back to the banana boat that you came from. And,
oh, really?
And I still think that to this day. So even when I went to a church in San Francisco, this pastor told me, so where you from? And I told him from New York City. At first I said New York. He said, I'm from New York. I said, what part of New York? He said, Syracuse. And I said, from the Bronx. And he said, where are you originally from? I'm like, that's kind of racist, I told him. I'm like, so what's your European background? He told me he was Welsh, German, Irish, or something else. And I told him, you see this way? And then I said, what language you speak? He said, English and French, which I truly believe now because I seen him write French and I can speak it. So I said, my parents are Dominican, and I'm like 3/4 Dominican and a quarter Colombian. And he said, I knew you was not American. And I said, you see, if you're not white, you're not American. Even when you're Asian, you have to put Asian American. Or if you're black, African American. So that means if you're not European American, you're not American. That's how they look at you in census. I put mixed and other in mine. And then if it's, you know, ethnicity, then Latino or...
I always put other on mine.
No, put mixed or other. Dominicans actually, 70% of them actually do that in the U.S. And
well, I'm almost as dark as you, so
well, I was gonna say, suntan. Well, if you go to Alaska, you might actually get lighter.
You think I'd get lighter? I don't know.
Yeah, because
I've always been kind of dark. So.
Well, it's because you're here. It's like Floridian white people there gets darker too.
Yeah.
But if they live in Maine and Michigan and those places, they get lighter. It's depending, I guess, on the situation.
So you don't think I'm just a gavacho, huh?
No, you're a gavacho.
So what would you want? What would you want my friends to know than most? I mean,
that you know that everyone that sleeps in the streets has to be a general book that LAPD, LA Sheriff thinks, and you know, not everyone is what you perceive. Because people have told me the way I speak, they say, "Oh, but I thought you were dumber than you look, but you sound more intelligent than what."
Where's your family now?
New York.
So how often you get in contact with him?
Never. Last time I talked to my mom 2 years ago, she put me down for being homeless. And she said, oh, you're in LA now, and you're a bum, and you're doing this. She wrote at least a one-page essay of why I should not be doing this and this and this. So she insulted me, and she degraded me as a person. I can't talk to my mother.
You need to talk to your mom. She's your mom.
I can't.
She gave birth to you.
I know. That's the same mother that kicked me out 7 years ago. The same mom that kicked my brother and his pregnant girlfriend. I don't think I could condone my mom. And she taught my brother to actually hit her, and my brother hit the wall. He punched the wall.
Drugs and alcohol are part of your life or no?
No.
You're clean and sober?
I'm gonna say I haven't smoked weed in a year, and I haven't drank since let me see, since November 19, 2016. Last time I did it, I was in San Francisco.
Wow.
Because of my ex-girlfriend. Her name was Shaylin Julie Stewart. Yeah.
Pretty name.
She was white. She was German and Irish.
Nice talking with you, man. Anything else you want to say? This is your last opportunity. There it is. You can say
that's it. I've probably been talking.
You've been talking longer than 5 minutes, man.
I know.
You've been talking longer than 5 minutes.
I'm very talkative.
Hey, I'm going to pay this guy $20 because he is a talkative dude. I'll tell you what. God bless you. Thanks a lot for watching tonight. Good night, everyone.
Have a nice night.
Good night. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.